Well, hello everyone, and welcome to a Massachusetts Central Radio Show, home of the, well, for those of you who know it, this was known as Camo's Vlog, the Vlog Corner, and yeah, this was known as Camo's Vlog, the Vlog Corner, the Camo's Automotive Radio Show, the Massachusetts Central Radio Show. Now it is Camo's Automotive Radio Show, or Cars, get it? Cars, C-H-A-C-A-R-S, Cars, get it? Camo's Automotive Radio Show, Cars, get it? I thought it was kind of doopy, but kind of doopy a little bit, but I have to say so. So if I'm putting a pun in the name, putting a pun in the name of the channel a little bit, or acronym / pun, you know, Camo's Automotive Radio Show, Cars, get it? So, all right. So, thought I'd talk about. So it's Monday the 28th. Tomorrow's going to be the 29th. I'm looking to record every single day this week, so I'm going to be here for 11 minutes. You guys know me. It's 10 minutes as an official video, so I'm not going to be as long because I was like 32 minutes yesterday. So I hope you guys enjoyed yesterday's video as we wind down August, going to September this week, at the end of this week. So hello everybody, welcome to the last couple of days of August. I did not do a Gran Turismo video because I'm gonna have to play with the sound quality on my microphone so I can get it to play everything I say instead of just talking to just one thing, and without it picking up everything and everybody around me. So I'm still learning that microphone a little bit, so I just want to let you guys know that I'm doing good. Everything else in the world is around me is doing good, so you guys don't have to worry about me at all. So what do I want to talk about in the last like 10 minutes of the day, because it's literally the last like 15 minutes of the day. So what I want to talk about the last 10 15 minutes of the day before I upload this. I've already killed 2 minutes, so I wanted to talk about a couple of things heading into September, and automotive stuff that I wanted to release and stuff like that. What I'm going to be doing if I don't feel like doing automotive stuff, and what I'm going to try to do with Gran Turismo going forward, because I'm going to have the videos done in advance during the day, during the weekday, and then I'm going to upload them subsequently each. I'm going to have to obviously do 30-minute episodes. I'm going to time myself and make them 30-minute episodes, because I'm feeling the episodes are getting a little too long, and I don't want to do too many projects that are too long, and I want to get through the Battle of the Z's a little bit better for you guys. And I also want to test out the microphone on some stuff. So bear with me. I'm going to do some. It's the reason why I've been doing a lot of automotive related stuff. First thing I want to talk about is the price of cars right now. And it kind of hit me home when I went searching on the internet for cars that have been going up in recent years, and kind of the realization that good cars, or cars that we know and love, are not cheap anymore. So I'm going to rewind back 20 years when I was in high school. Actually, I'm going to rewind 18 years when I was actually in high school. I wasn't in high school until 2014. I didn't hit my freshman year. So I remember reading Auto Week, Car Driver, Road and Track back then. I remember back in 2005, me and my 16-year-old hands. I remember reading about the Ford Mustang, the Chevy Camaro. Well, actually, no, the Chevy Camaro was kind of non-existent back then. The Dodge Challenger wasn't even thought of. I remember when the Mustang came out. The new one came out in 2005. And I remember when they came out with the 05 Mustang. And I remember a V6 Mustang back then costed $19,000 to $20,000 based on whatever package you wanted to have on it. And the car with the top package in a V6 version, because remember they didn't have a 4-cylinder version till just the last gen to the S550 and to the S550, not the S650 that they have now. So the S550 and the one before that, that's when they actually had the 4-cylinder. They didn't come up with the 4-cylinder until 2015, 2016, 2017. They didn't come up with the 4-cylinder until then, which I thought was very stupid because the Camaro kind of had it, because, you know, the tuner guys needed some lightweight engine to be in their Camaro, even though a 4-cylinder Camaro was kind of sacrilegious amongst Camaro guys. And a lot of Camaro owners will say, oh, there used to be a 4-cylinder Camaro back in the 80s. Well, that was the 80s. This is now. So I remember the top one being the base V6 coupe, 210 horsepower back then. 210 horsepower back then, starting out at like $19,000, and I think the top V6 convertible, I think, topped out at 25 to 26. I think if you got a premium one, it would top at 30, which was a lot for a convertible, but a lot of people would pay that. Not a lot of people pay for bells and whistles. They paid for like 2 packages so that they could keep the price down. And then you had the GT Mustang that could be had for $24,000 or $25,000, and you could actually have it top of the line, 300 horsepower, 5-speed manual. Live axle Mustang back then, because Ford didn't obviously care or hear about the independent rear suspension back then. Unlike Corvette and Camaro guys, oh wait a second, that's right, the Camaro didn't exist back in 2005. So, but I believe the old Camaro, before it went defunct in 2002, 3 years before, I think that had independent rear suspension, could handle a lot better, and it had a motor that was like the Corvette. And it's actually funny that the Camaro that had 3 years earlier had 20 more horsepower available stock. And before everybody gets going, yes, I know there was an SVT Cobra Mustang with a supercharged engine with 390 horsepower. You could get them to 450, 500 horsepower. The reason I know that is because an interior design guy that my dad knew had an SVT Cobra Mustang convertible, 5-speed manual, supercharger kit, exhaust, 510 at the rear wheels. Like, I really like Mustangs because there was no Camaro back then, so that was the next best thing. And this was probably 2005, 2006. This was just after they actually revealed the This was just right after they revealed the Camaro in 05 and 06 too. This was like 06, 07 when they revealed the Mustang, when they revealed the Camaro. So now you jump ahead towards, 18 years later in 2023, a base Mustang costs $30,000, which is $5,000 more than, well, the basic Eagle Roost Mustang costs like $31,000. That's $6,000 more than a GT Mustang costs. So $30,000 back then would have gotten you a GT Mustang with all the bells and whistles, which is great. But the same money will only get you a base Mustang with no options. You have to pay another $13,000, another $13,000 to get the GT Mustang at $44,000. The base price, and that's before options. I think you can get a I think fully optioned up a GT Mustang, base GT Mustang can be like $58,000, or can be like $58,000. Yeah. And if you want more bells and whistles like track pack and all this other stuff, you're going to look at $62,000. So basically, the base price of a Mustang not only doubled over time. It basically went a GT Mustang is now 2.5 times more expensive than it was when I was in high school. Back in high school, I wasn't thinking about a GT Mustang because I didn't have a driver's license back then. Yeah, Mike was 16-year-old Mike was fawning over girls back then in GT, and I thought that the GT Mustang was the coolest thing. So and I thought I always thought that the GT Mustang was the coolest thing. If I couldn't have the girl, the GT Mustang was always the next coolest thing to look at. Because I wasn't really into supercars back then. I really didn't think Aston Martin, Ferrari, and Corvette. Really thought Aston Martin, Ferrari, and Bugatti and all that other stuff, I didn't think those were really obtainable. I always thought that the GT Mustang, if you worked hard enough, you get the GT Mustang. And I thought, oh, so when I get my license and I somehow raise the money for a loan, I might actually raise the money working a part-time job. I actually might be able, maybe by the end of high school, 3 years later, maybe I'll be able to get a Mustang of my own. Fortunately, that never happened because I never got my license. So I just wanted to say just how big inflation has bitten the prices of GT cars. Classic case in point: when I was in grade school, when I was in high school back in 2000, when I started high school, middle school in 2003, 2004, and I started high school until 2005. Corvette was $41,000 back then. This is back in 04, 05. This is back in 04, 05 when Corvette was taking on Ferrari, Porsche, and Aston Martin in the GT classes. And now, how much is it now? It's like 66 grand now. So yeah, inflation has really hurt. Has really hurt the overall view. Because I remember when I was a kid in '95, a Corvette was about, I don't know, $30,000 back when I was a kid. Back in the mid-90s when the C4s were out, those Corvette cost between $30,000 to $35,000 depending on which one you had. Well, I think convertible was 40, but it's about 35, 40. But that was a convertible. Everybody knew you paid more for a convertible because of the added cost and the engineering and all that other stuff. So prices have definitely gone up. The cost of operating in life has definitely gone up because of this daggone inflation caused by, the coronavirus and people's fears of death and despair, and it's really hurting people's ability to obtain certain things and stuff like that, which is why I technically, or an education actually, which I'll be presuming very soon, which is why I'm trying to earn every penny I can get, which is why I'm trying to, which is why I've taken on the role that I'm trying to take on so I can actually make more money. So I just want to give you guys food for thought. That was my food for thought. It is now currently the 29th. It's now currently Tuesday, August the 29th. I'm going to upload this. You guys are going to enjoy this in the morning. And this is my Monday edition. This is episode 81 of the year. And episode 452 overall. 452 overall. So, let's end August strong, folks. Good night.